Good morning. Oh god, I feel like I'm getting sick, guys. Got my stuffy. Oh no. Good morning. Like a cold, like a little tiny cold. Oh. You got red line coming up. Let's see what we got here. Bottom of the box, resilience is positive. Okay, I'm looking for through here with reds greater than 0. Hold on, let's let this kind of settle out 60. Not a 6-point drop. Alright, let's let this guy settle out a little bit. Got a red line being tapped, just for that little bounce point I'm looking for. Alright. Okay, so let this develop a little bit. Same as yesterday. Same exact setup as yesterday. Bear short bottom of box. Let's do a tap off of here. Just double check what the other indices are doing real quick. I think our swim here. There. Okay, things are good. No irrational stuff out the door. Alright, no VIX problems either. That's decent. Okay. I don't dislike it. I might take a long right off the red line. I sound sick. Oh yeah, I have like a cold. A small one. Alright. Okay. In reality, let me look for. I want to hit this red line first and see if it still does anything. So I want to take a long from here up to there. Now again, that's just a barely 10 points if anything. It's the same as yesterday. It's not a lot. It's not a lot to take off of this trade. This is really kind of just like one of those strange weeks. Not getting a lot of good setups. Resilience is going to flux us through the box. Let's double check QQQ real quick. Again, not a lot of good setups. Hedge pressure breaks. Again, you're kind of stuck in, you see how the dynamic has shifted. Kind of in these bear zones lately because of the news in the world, So we're not getting good. Not getting good setups, and the stretch from here to here is barely 10 points, if anything. Another internal day without a catalyst or event. Just another internal day like inside of here. Just kind of just crummy. But that's okay. We know we don't have a good day, so we don't really have good pivots to trade off of. Just kind of take it easy again. Could be shorting hedge pressure could be a decent play. To get the data from this morning. Continuing jobless claims coming in. I'd say that was from a 8.5. So rounding off, which is decent. It's not getting worse. Initial jobless claims lower. That's good. New seasonal firing is over. Non-farm employment change. It's decent. That's growth. That's good. It's ticking up. It's a pretty decent number. 164 on a 115 forecast is decent. This is the ADP reported from them. Okay. So yeah, so internal day, there's really no pivots to trade off of. QQQ has no pivots to trade off of. So you see I'm not doing anything. Don't you guys love the rocket scooter? Give me all the information about the structure of the market. No events coming up today. I mean, hard to find something to trade off of. So let's look today. We have pretty decent setup with no irrational signals. Russell's in the middle of the range, NASDAQ near the bottom of its range. And so we can expect today a high probability that float's going to be there. This red line has been a very important key pivot for a while. This comes from this particular bump up day that kicked us up at this last little realm right here. This comes from right here. This is the pivot today. So this could be an interesting day inside of here. But we don't have any good liquidity map pivots to play off of today. It's kind of blah. Services PMI. Yeah, that might spark something, at least because that is during the live session. But yeah, you're right. So maybe something will come in a little bit. Everybody see down here, there's no pivots to trade off of. And this is the same bear short up we've had this 3 days in a row, right? There's that pressure off of hedge pressure. I love our stuff. There's just that pressure here. Remember, we opened down here, all lights are green. We're likely to close down in here. Remember those rules, right? Open below hedge pressure, likely to close below hedge pressure. So without any irrational stuff, which we don't, we're likely to stay down in here. And with resilience being positive, it's going to try to push outside the box and up. Res greater than 0. Res less than 0 here, right? So ideally, one like myself could frame a short off of hedge pressure to see us come back down into here. And that's only, again, 5 points away. So from here, at least back down into there, seems to be a leg of a short that's worth taking. And then seeing if this deteriorates further, which it looks like it's trying to, right? How's the monthly map? Oh, good call. Let's see how the monthly map is printing today. What do we got here? Almost like I got. I don't know what's going on when I try to run monthly map. It's not, something's happening. Who knows? My cold is like really congested me. Yeah, I might do the hedge short. All right. All right, so I'm gonna wait for that to happen. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button, you guys. Come on now. Y'all know the rules. I would get some cold medicine. Yeah, I have a little bitty bit of a cold. All right, let's get this. What's up, bud? What's up, Tilden? What's going on? Sorry, I was your platform will connect. Are you sure? What's happening if you try to connect? Wait, is that okay? Everybody, hold on. Hey, Vin, what is your what browser are you using, by the way? Let me check on that. Okay. Can you guys, if y'all have something issue, can you post in tech support real quick? We'll connect and stay connected. Okay. We'll look into that. Right now we're working on a lot of these stuff. That's like what we're working on right now, a connection issue. That's our current drive in our projects. Like, so everybody make your report. Thank you for your patience. We'll look right into it. Till then, there's nobody that have said anything in tech support. Don't say we did. Nobody said anything. Don't make up stuff. Remember, if you guys post in tech support, nobody's going to listen to you unless you put in a screenshot, a full screenshot of everything. They always tell you that every day. Nobody's gonna, that's what I'm saying. If you guys don't follow the rules, nobody's gonna listen to you, because we can't just read your mind and see what you're experiencing. Right? Again, and as I'm typing this, somebody is writing something. So it's up for, like, I'm in and logged in and I'm connected, so we're gonna see what's going on. No, you have to show a screenshot of your status. Like, you have to give us information of what you're seeing so we can go through and take a look. Right? Open up your status right here. Show the connection button. Like, as much information as you can. See, JK is good. So he's putting in here. Saying things. See, like, he gave an example. So the connection button's not working. Ah, okay. and you open your status bar, right widget. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just happening to some people. We'll see what's going on. Status bar, guys. Status bar. Is a connection error? Settings to default seem to work for you? Okay. If you guys have a fix that y'all wrote as well, it's going to report that. One of the things we're working on is trying to polish up all these little pieces of the platform before our marketplace stuff comes out. So these are very important things we need to look at. All right, so right now y'all just watch my screen. I'll be your rocket scooter today for spy. Just watch mine. It's only 4 people that have reported it out of, you know, thousands of user accounts. So it's, when you say most of us, it's not most of us. It's just a handful of people, right? Yeah, you have to be careful with your hyperboles there. Everyone in our community is fine, except for like maybe a handful of people. So what you guys are doing is saying if they... So something got pushed on a release, you guys might have a little disconnection issue. Oh, we got everybody. See, this is where I want status. Always. It makes it so much easier. If you guys have a... Okay, here's the rule. I'm gonna make this rule. That way you... Since y'all don't know how to click a button to say like a stream, I'm gonna make a rule for you. If you don't follow directions, I'm purposely not gonna troubleshoot your issue. As principle of the matter. I'm not gonna waste my time fishing for information. Make sure you tell each other, open up your status window, take a full screenshot of everything, and then I'll immediately help you. Because here going back and forth trying to get you guys to just follow a simple instruction is gonna take forever. So it'll make your life easier, I promise. Send you a screenshot with the VIX data above. We don't have VIX data. Thank you, sir. Yep. So we don't have the VIX data. We're working on getting that in the platform now. And look at this. Everybody hits the reconnect button and it reconnects you. That's it. Easy as that. Okay, anyways. So if you hit the reconnect button and you're disconnected, it will connect you. It's pretty simple. Yeah. Tech support's a fun job, I know. I mean, like, I love you guys, but I have to like literally punish you like this if you don't click the like button on the stream. You know, like, I have to be like Mr. Parent here. Like nobody's... Alright, let me post it one more time. I love you guys though. I'm really sick today. It feels kind of nasty. If you are disconnected, there's a button that is called reconnect, which means it will reconnect you. Connect you. Full screenshot with status open will reveal this to you. One click reconnect and you're golden. Look, that solves everyone's problem. All right, so yeah, like just remember this going in the future. We have videos on this stuff too. So click the reconnect button if you're ever disconnected, or refresh your platform or log out and log in, you reconnect. When we push an update live, it disconnects you because it has to break the connection. You want to reload the new version of the platform, right? You guys, team jogging cats, I swear. Yeah, I love y'all, but man, log out, log back in, Joel. So just log all the way out, log back in, or refresh your platform. We loaded a new version, so that's what it is. That should be fine. Or push a new version. Okay, that's it. A lot of you guys leave your platform open overnight and you come back here and you're disconnected. That's what it is. It's not the platform is down, so just be careful. But just every day you have these status buttons to help you work with that. So, and it's because we're making these rapid changes to improve the platform. We're pushing out new updates. You may experience that, but it's just like anything else. It's like the old classic tech support. Restart your computer usually fixes it. Can I pin that post in tech support? Yeah. Well, usually Andrew's there to help. But yeah. Yeah, we do have change logs on these smaller updates. So today we have improved history bars response. So this is to load the historic candles. So we've improved the responsiveness to that in the server. The live bars, they have believe it or not, disconnect handling is improved if the candles themselves become disconnected. So these are just little bugs that we want to make sure that like every once in a while somebody will experience like their candles won't update or something, and we're improving that. So we fixed that stuff last night, which is good. All these little pieces, like as you know, we build the platform out and you just find there's like little bugs here and there. It's just a part of the development process because you have so many different people, so many different browsers, so many different computers, that it's not like, you know, my computer may not show the issue in development. It may not, but your computer might, and we'll be like, oh, okay, there's an issue with Chrome. Okay, oh, there's an issue with this. We can't really, you know, plan for all these little parts of it. So as it comes out, we just fix them. So again, I'm not getting my hedge pressure to short off of. I really don't have a short target. It'd be from like here to there. I really want to get enough stretch, like 20 points to play off of. I do, you know, this yellow line would be a place to long from, maybe hedge pressure place to short from. I want to span the range instead of playing in the middle. So I'm just waiting for the play to take off. Oh, here we go. All right, should be. Let's try it. Let's hit it. All lights are red, green, everything good. Okay, so let's see if we can get it. The trade is from here back to here. This is it. 10 points. Yes. And then with the stop on that side, betting that no irrational signals. We open here, we close here. For S is greater than 0, we bounce. For S is less than 0, we fall. This is the key point right here. For full candle data, we've got some platform stability stuff we're working on first before candle data. Like I said, before the end of February, we're going to have the marketplace, or before the beginning of February, marketplace will be out. We'll have the new candles. And then all these little like platform be like robustly designed. So this is like a huge month for that. What is going on? Did I need to reconnect as well? There we go. Explain. You know the QQQ chart. Dang. We're doing some server load testing as well to see if there's any like timeouts from just being overloading on the server. From just having so many users. That could also be like connection, like this. It's not like it's down, it's just slow to connect for some people. So we should probably you know, just keep posting in tech support, because the more you guys do, the more we work on that stuff. Be getting too big too fast is a good problem to have, but also not the best problem to have. All right. Every day the platform gets better and better, so we're always building something new to it to stabilize and improve performance. So that's kind of what we've been working on lately. The more people we have, the more bugs you find. That's just computer programming 101. You know, like as we got bigger, thousands of user accounts now, you start to see more people with more conditions that you can't plan for, like unique condition, like somebody looking at some ticker or looking at something that we don't normally see. So the more people that are using it, you have a wider reach, so you're going to find more things. But for like 99% of people, it's, the experience is working. Like mine every day is pretty similar. I never have like the issues you guys face. I don't really have them. So we'll look into like, oh, there's an issue with Chrome. Let's look into that. And like these, like one person at a time, each time we fix something for somebody, it usually fixes it for everyone else with that same little issue or connection things. So we're really good at troubleshooting. That's why we say go to tech support, post up a full screen screenshot, open your status so we can see all these parts, and we'll look into it. Yeah. Hey guys, Lee, everybody, the stream is not where you talk about this. Go to tech support. I want to make very clear instruction. The stream is for live trading, right? Like I understand you guys are having an issue with the platform, but you guys have to stop coming here and posting it like ever. Go there and post it. Full screen screenshots, open your status. I have staff to help you with that. This is disruptive to the trading, right? Because I need to focus on teaching the trading. 2 or 3 people with an issue, don't put it here. You just go there and they'll help you, I promise. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I want to help, but this is not the purpose or like the reason for the stream, right? Yeah, it's very distracting. Look, I'm losing money on a trade because I need to be focusing on the trade. And I understand you guys are having issues with the platform. We have staff that'll be there to help you, I promise. All of you guys. So they'll walk you through and help you out. All right, so we're like breaking through hedge pressure, going to bull zone. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. So we'll see if we get anything off of this. This is let me go look at this really quick. Head is like pounding. Services PMI came out as a slight beat. We're gonna have overshooting pivots because of triple B, which is understood. So I'm looking for this right here. Resilience is positive enough. There's only to half gap area. So from here to there. Yeah. Like if it goes in the bull zone and supports, I would likely cut it for sure. Yeah. That's the whole point. All right, you guys, I'm waiting for my trade to take off. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab me a quick bite to eat. Okay, guys, I feel like shit. Maybe if I drink an energy drink, it'll like pop me out of the grogginess. Looking for it to pull back below hedge. See that today. Because normally breaking hedge pressure is a rarer thing. So normally when you have no irrational signals or no catalyst, breaking hedge pressure is a rare event. Bear zone to bull zone is also a rare event. It's rarer to go this way than it is to stay down here. So it's just a probability. Just think like the cards are dealt. It's a higher odds it closes down here than there. So it's just probabilistic trade. Well, no. Resilience has nothing to do with hedge pressure, Dimitri. They are not related. Resilience is pivoting inside of this box and off of the box. That's it. Not related. If resilience is positive, then the downside trade resists off of there, which is what we're looking for. So like opening in bear zone, I'm betting we close in bear zone. Opening below hedge pressure, I bet we close below hedge pressure. So this satisfies both of those conditions. Resilience being positive puts supports there. So this aims right about here. So the trade goes from here to here with the stop there. And when we get to the middle, if res is less than 0, I hold on to it to go further. And if res is not negative enough for my taste, I close out. Hey, HP resilience, that'd be a good thing to make. HP resilience to be something that we would have to make. The one issue with that is that not all stocks in the S&P 500 have weekly options, so about half of them do. So creating a resilience for the S&P 500 will only have about half of the stocks, which is still probably good enough. I mean, the heavy part of that on the front end. It'll be something to be worth making with the stocks we do have. And it's just because they don't have weekly options, but that's a great question. Yeah, so I'm betting that price closes back in the bear zone. I get a trade from here back to there, correct? Yeah. And as Kevin is saying, yeah, those are the weight of the heaviest anyway, so the more I think about it, not the most terrible idea. So the bet is, it's just that the bet is that we end up in here. And as a bonus, right, that's the trade. As a bonus, If res ends up being less than 0, then trade part 2 comes out, and then we go to red line, and then that's an exit target. So red line would give us a little bit extra juice. So from here until maybe there is what I want to see with the stop right there. Here's your half gap kind of buffer area right here, and then of course that. Now, it trying to break hedge pressure, not the best sign. And of course, you know, we do had a little bit of news pushing this, whatever. We'll see how this is playing out. And this is not what I want to see here. I'm going to put in ticket to create a beta version of resilience for blue. Yeah, I agree with you. Since Kevin, they are the heaviest weighted. It might have useful integrity. It'll be like the S&P 250, but it would be good enough, right, to kind of see what's going on there. I'd like to test it out before it goes to production, just to see if it's any good. Missing half of the stocks. I mean, yes, it could be correct. There is a source of error, but they are weighted the least. But would that make a difference? Would it be good enough knowing that? Is it better than nothing? If it's better than nothing, it's worth having. If it leads to worse trading decisions, then it wouldn't be worth having. As another layer of confluence, is Kevin, 100% agree, buddy. 100%. Like, it's not worth not checking out, at least. And we always are hesitant because we were looking for a solution. We were like, what do we do about the other 250 stocks? We could use monthly hedge pressure because we do have those, because the options are what, here's the thing. The options are what drive the stock. Calls and puts and such being in the money are what drive that support and resistance to begin with. It creates the buying and selling pressure. So if it doesn't have weekly options, then what is the driving force of that stock to move up or down without, if it falls out of the subset of, you know, having weekly options? Well, the monthly options will be creating some pressure. So the solution I was leaning towards was the stocks that don't have weekly default to using the monthly. That way every stock is still considered, right? So that it's not a 0 if there's not weekly option, but there's at least a positive or negative gamma based on the monthly, because that is still affecting the stock. So it's like a hybrid of those two. And that would be kind of a more technically correct indicator. Although, how much would that actually change the value? So I'd want to create like two different versions to test. So version one, not all stocks have hedge pressure, have weekly options. So we need to test on test server 2 versions. One, if there is no hedge weekly option, the stock isn't considered. Okay. Consider it done. Let's do it. I'm in a good mood. Let's make some indicators, boys. So, just being very transparent about what's going to do. We're going to do two different versions. Number one, if there's no weekly option, we don't consider it in the equation. Number two is if there's no weekly option, we use monthly hedge pressure instead, and then it's considered in the equation. This will be a blue resilience level, and I'm going to compare one to the other and see if the values are different and find some interactions to see which one's the stronger case. Now, again, hedge pressure, the answer is this, right? Imagine that there's two stocks. Let's walk you guys through it. Because remember, the S&P 500, the top 250 stocks are pretty much the heaviest weighted, right? The bottom 250 aren't weighted that much. What happens if the bottom 250 just happen to be taking the top 250 aren't? You know, it needs to maybe be considered. It's possible that excluding them is going to be okay. I think I agree with you, Kevin. I think everyone here would probably agree. The top 20 stocks in the S&P drive the S&P, right? You could probably make a resilience for the FANGs, and that's enough for the S&P, right? But so the bottom 250 may not really be mattering. So I'm assuming that these two versions I'm going to build are going to be very identical. But the answer is, okay, you have two different versions. Oops. Two different versions. And stock number one has pressed through hedge pressure and is broken. Stock number two is trading up here with no monthly. Version one, right? Plus ... plus in 498 or plus N500. Sorry. Some kind of correlation is equal to your RAS, and we're trying to build a blue RAS. Okay. So this is above blue hedge pressure. This one has no blue hedge pressure. One of the resiliences will use this, and this will be 0 because it doesn't have a monthly hedge pressure, etc. The other one will say, well, this one is above hedge pressure, and is this one adding or subtracting to the overall value? And if we need to create like a plus or minus kind of counting system, it's as very simple as if this is above monthly hedge pressure, the options driving the price up or down is really what's important. This is still positive gamma. So it will tilt resilience even slightly more positive because it is above monthly. But then the reason we haven't done that because the error is, well, what about this one? What if this one was below monthly hedge pressure? And that's where the issue comes. What if it was like that? Would it be weird to include the positive gamma in monthly, but not include the negative gamma in this case? So Kevin, you see where this is where that particular hybrid may be weird because we're considering monthly hedge pressure for some of them, but excluding it for others because that's stronger. So the idea is, would that have like a murky effect? So hybrid version 3 is we consider monthly hedge pressure for all of them as well. So like if this one added to it, this one would subtract from it, and then this blue one would add to it. So we'd have to consider all of them. And then it would create like a master hedge pressure, which might even be better. So that's like version 3. Does this make sense, what I just said, everyone? So in the equation of like version 1, it's asking the question, what's the flux through hedge pressure, positive or negative? Just like what's the flux through half gap, positive or negative? Without hedge pressure, version 1, we're going to exclude it. There will be fewer stocks in the calc. Version 2 is we need to put something in there to give it some credit. And if monthly is what we pick, version 3 is, well, this one also has monthly. So for considering monthly for this one, we must consider monthly for all of them as well. Version 3 is like a hybrid hedge pressure with all monthlies and weeklies considered for all of them. 3. So that's where we're going with that. Yeah, it's not really laborious. So we'll have like 3 different versions, and what he does is we usually put in a small module in the test server and watch all 3 of them together. And then what I do is I'll take the data logs from these and then compare them and look for deviation errors to show during certain events. Like if you break hedge pressure, what is the deviation of an event? So it's not just like how different they are. They'll be relatively identical in most cases. What happens if you break hedge pressure? Because that is the event that you're trying to monitor. What is the variance in multiple hedge pressure breaks? So you'd have to like watch it for a couple of weeks and say, okay, hedge pressure broke this day, and this day. Oh, okay. So that's the biggest, because that's where it's, when you're doing sensitivity analysis to correlatable data, there's like a whole process to that. You want to make sure you're doing your sensitivity analysis around the event that the data is supposed to protect you on. Like if you have, you know, an explosive mixture in a pipe, you know, you want your instruments to be the most sensitive. What's going on here? Around the explosive point when the mixture is close enough to having that having the proper ratio. Like you don't want your instrument to be sensitive on either end of the curve, where it's when the risk is the biggest, your instrument needs to be the most sensitive here. So what we'll have to do is we have to wait and watch for hedge pressure breaks and then monitor the differences between the two. And then just through observation over time, you find out which one has the most correlatability to prevent or predict under ideal conditions. So we have to basically collect data where, okay, this would be the perfect day to collect that data, because there are no irrational signals and you did have hedge pressure break. So this would be like, okay, which one was better? Which one at the moment of break showed the most promise? And then you would just show that and then compare the 2 of them or 3 of them. So empirically is the best, as you have said. Yes, correct. Yeah. So it takes enough time just to get enough, you know, data points to make the decision. And we've made that decision for many of the resilience modifications we made. Like resilience, when we first made it, wasn't market cap weighted, and we made a market cap weighted version. We tested it for many months and found out the market cap weighted version was extremely accurate, much more so than without it. Our original idea was the number of stocks, and that didn't even seem like, again, that was not useful because the number of stocks is arbitrary. So it was like the number of stocks fluxing up versus the number of stocks fluxing down, just as a quick and dirty check. And then we were like, oh, let's market cap weight, because that's more appropriate. It's market cap flux is what we care about, because the S&P's tracking it. And then we did it, and clearly the market cap weight one was infinitely better. This one, since we're looking at stocks being pushed by their weekly options, in general, we're looking at stocks being pushed by options total. So the correct answer to hedge pressure resilience, the blue one, is the hybrid. I believe so. The more I think about it, that includes hedge pressure and monthly hedge pressure together. Now, in this particular case, if hedge pressure is like way down here, or monthly is way down here, right? This is so far off of it, it wouldn't have any effect. If monthly hedge pressure was here, though, it would have an effect to pull that hybrid version down. So like this is positive, this is negative. And for the stocks that only have monthly, it would also be considering that monthly only. See, I don't like that it's doing this. This is not good for the trade today. But yeah, so I think that hybrid version might be the correct answer, as at least it would consider negative gamma on monthly options in general. Basically it's considering all options, which is kind of what you're thinking about. So the blue hedge pressure will be considering all options, which is great, as the white hedge pressure only considers fluxing through half gap in the box. Yellow considers only monthly hedge pressures. Blue will consider all options, weeklies and monthlies together, which appropriately so would probably be the better version of that tool. I think so. Throat hurts. I do not like today's trade. This is breaking my heart. Consider back testing. See if the hybrid works. See where you that though, where you may mix too many variables. Yeah, and that's you're 100% right. Like if you mix too many variables, would have unintended consequence. I agree. Man, my oh. Can be resilience created for UVXY? James, think about that question. What is resilience supposed to do? It's supposed to track the difference between a basket that can trade on its own, or sorry, an instrument that can trade on its own that's tracking a basket that's tracking stocks. Resilience is telling you if the two of these things that are flying together, if one of them were to deviate, resilience is like, bing, 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 bing. We found a difference. The stocks are moving in a different direction than the index itself or the product itself. Everything is tethered to this. Like this is tracking this, and this is made from that. So when the thing is supposed to have a value, and one of these two extremes gets off course, resilience goes, aha, there's a thing. Why wouldn't you be able to create a resilience for UVXY? There you go. You got it. You got it. Because it's just one thing. It's a basket of one, right? While it does tether itself to the VIX, VIX has no components that they're adding up. So VIX is not, there's only one part of it's missing the second airplane that's flying beside it. Yeah. So when people are like, can I make a resilience for Tesla or things like that? They have to think about it, right? Because Tesla resilience would be looking at Tesla's own flux through Tesla's own box, right? And it's comparing itself to itself. There's no, right? There's no aggregate. So it requires more than one thing. And so like you can create a resilience out of anything. And one of the ideas I had was to create like a master resilience module such that you can create a watch list and you could build a resilience off of any set of more than 2 or more stocks. So what if you wanted to create a resilience for the financial sector or create a resilience for Google plus Apple plus Facebook? So like homemade resilience would be kind of a cool tool, like its own widget. If you want to create it, like sector resilience would be badass, right? Add your top 20 banks, and then when the XLF, XLF is hitting edge pressure, then you can create a resilience for financials to see what that's going to do. Right? Yeah, that's an amazing idea. We had that idea a long time ago. We just never made it. So the question is, should we just hard code? Look at this. Should we just hard code sector resiliences? Which means we'd have to maintain sector lists in case stocks add or change to that. I have to kind of create a process to update that. Just like we have a process of the S&P 500 changes, we update the list. Yeah, right? It'd be super clever. me give you some pseudocode here. Like something like this, right? Like when we write rocket script, it could say like, we have a function that's called my resilience or something, right? You want to make a resilience out of something, it'd be internal rocket script. My resilience is equal to HP res apple plus meta FGB. So they just made a resilience out of three tickers, etc. You see something like that, right? So create my resilience or also hard code the sector resiliences, which means we need to maintain a sector list and write some. So the thing with sector with lists is that they have to be valid. We have to be validated. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I got to refresh my platform. Give me 1 second. We're loading up monthly maps hotfix. 1 second. Mac. Oh my gosh, 1 second, you guys, hold on. Hold on 1 second. One second, guys. Sorry about that. Reconnect. Okay, 1 second, you guys. Hold on. All right. Well, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and call it, you guys. Anyways, I'm going to help work with the tech support team on this. I'll let you guys know what's going on with my trade here in a little bit. we'll kind of get out of here and call it a day. I am just feeling too sick, and it's 10, so it's time to go. But we'll catch up with you guys at 4. I love y'all. Don't forget to come to the Zoom calls. Do them every day. We'll see you guys later.